everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com. I'm back today with the dollar bead box for August 2021. I will leave the link to this box right down below the video. You can check out the different options they have as far as lengths of time to subscribe. And you also have the option of adding on the dollar bead bag, which is an additional $8. You're gonna see it at the top of this box. It contains 8 strands of check fire polish beads in 3 and 4 millimeter sizes in a surprise variety of colors. Without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this box. And just as expected, here is the dollar bead bag right on top. We'll look at this first and see what's inside, and then we'll get into the contents of the dollar bead box. And by the way, you'll notice I am showing off my first ever bead embroidery cuff today. I'm super excited about it. It was a really fun project, and I just shared it in a recent video if you go a couple videos back. And hopefully there will be more bead embroidery to come. And how cute is that bright yellow faux leather that's inside? All right, but back to the dollar bead bag. So we have our 4 strands of 4 millimeter, 4 strands of 3 millimeter. Let's see what we have here, starting out with the Crystal Royal Ruby Luster, which I think is this lovely strand right here. This has the ruby luster kind of dusted over the top. Gorgeous combination, letting a little bit of that light through and getting a lot of that reddish kind of coppery colored sparkle. Next up, we have the Garnet with Silver Wash. So this is more of a deeper berry red color, and you can definitely see that silver wash over the top of these beads. We have a very versatile metallic. This is the Metallic Bronze Iris. So you can see some different shades of metallics on this strand depending on where you're looking. You get mostly that bronze, but you also get hints of copper, hints of metallic purple and reddish tones, and even a little bit of metallic deep silver or pewter. Finally, we have the matte lilac fuchsia. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these matte frosty beads with that combination of pink and purple and also the clear. These are so fun and something different that I haven't seen before. Always a fun surprise to see what different color combinations and finish combinations are sent in the dollar bead bag. Great way to build up your stash of these beads. They're very versatile, can be used in so many different types of jewelry making and crafting, no matter what you're into. And those 3 and 4 millimeter sizes are very easy to work with. Not to mention there's lots and lots of different patterns and tutorials out there that incorporates that size. Getting into the 4 millimeters, we're starting out with this gorgeous strand of a combination of greens and blue metallics. It's called Metallic Green Iris. So once again, we have that little bit of variegation in color, not all one color, but different tones, mostly of blues and greens. Next, I'm going to put these two together because we have the matte blue violet and then we have the regular blue violet. So that way you can see really well the difference between the matte and the regular fire polish beads. We have the frosty blue and aqua tones together in that matte finish that is not as glossy and shiny, but still gorgeous. And then we have the same variety of colors, that same combination, just in the regular without that matte finish. And you can see how the colors are a little bit more subtle in that regular crystal combination as opposed to the matte that kind of brings out more vibrance of those colors. But that is a very pretty combination. And we also have the 4 millimeter size in the matte lilac fuchsia, just like we saw in the 3 millimeter size, these being just a little bit larger, that same frosty matte combination of purple and pink. And nice that we've been getting, it seems like, one matchup of 3 and 4 millimeter beads that are the same in the dollar bead bag. But it's always a surprise. You never know what strands you're gonna get. And it's not necessarily that they're meant to go together, which is kind of the way this entire box is. It doesn't have a particular monthly theme. Typically, it's just a sampler to show you what's in their shop, because one of the perks of the subscription is it also grants you membership to their shop where you can go back and purchase so many different things that they sell for just $1 a piece, including the Czech fire polish strands, which is a really, really good deal. So that's the optional $8 a month add-on. We also have the main event, the dollar bead box. So bringing this back in, we have a note on the top. Let's just check out what that says. And we got some updates here. Very nice. So it looks like they've got some new categories, tiara cast. They also have sale items. Looks like they've got some Swarovski, some shell beads, some rhinestone glitter balls, and they've given us their information for all their different social media so you can keep up with what's new there. And if we flip this list over to the back, we can see everything that is included. We're going to look at our strands first, and then we have our additional items. So I'm going to get organized, and then we will take a look at everything one at a time. All right, so the first strand we're going to take a look at are the 8x12mm Czech glass tabular rectangle beads in lavender opal with travertine. So you can see that satiny grayish purple tone that's inside these rectangles, and then on the sides of the beads you have that travertine finish that makes these more stone-like. Very smooth and glossy. There's 12 pieces on this strand. Next up, we have the Czech glass drux in the 6mm size. These are matte purple iris. That's a really lovely combination. These are just glass beads that are round in shape, as you can see. Lots of blues, a little bit of green, a little bit of purple, a little bit of bronzy shades going on in there. Then we have a strand of Czech glass pearls. These are in great shape, by the way. The color is called Bone, and these are also a 6mm round. Taking a look at the whole area there, these look really good. They feel very glossy and smooth, and it feels like that coating is thick and doesn't feel like it's going to flake off anytime soon, so I definitely like that. We also have a strand of some more Czech fire polish beads. These are in the jet green iris. So these would actually go really well with the metallic green iris that we had gotten in the 4mm if you got the dollar bead bag as well. But these have that jet black in the background that makes these a little bit deeper. You get those hints of different colors showing up there, though, depending on how the light's hitting them. Then we have the purple luster Czech glass drops in the 4x6mm size. Loving that electric purple, and that luster finish just kicks that up a notch a little bit, catching the light so beautifully. I feel like we've gotten a lot of really decent purple shades in this box this time around. And again, it's not meant for these beads to all necessarily go together. It's just a way to see all the different things that you can find at the dollar bead box store. But I'm liking some of these purple shades going together. Next, we have a strand of 4mm Czech glass druk round beads in crystal. So very classic crystal clear transparent beads in a versatile 4mm size. Then this very interesting shape, these are the mushroom beads in rose gold. These are a 6mm size, and they have that round shape at the bottom, kind of like a drop, and then they come to slightly more of a point at the top, which is where the hole is drilled. They would add some really interesting texture to your beadwork, especially in things like kumihimo, I believe, where they would stick out just a little bit. So those are fun. I love that rose gold combination, that speckled rosy pink over the white with that little bit of a golden luster. And another different and interesting shape in a shade of purple. These are the purple, black, silver Czech glass cornflake beads in 12mm. So these are like a wavy, flat disc shape. There's a look at what they look like on the face. Really cool combination of silver and purple and black all together in this strand. And that wraps up what we have for our strands in this month's dollar bead box. Really great that you can go back and purchase all of these types of things plus so much more at just $1 a strand. Really a great perk of this subscription. All right, and this is where we get into our additional items in the bags, and we start out with the 18mm vintage style check glass hearts in ruby with copper wash. As you can see, there's 2 pieces inside. So glad that we got 2 pieces. You can make some earrings right away with something like this. And I just love all the details of these hearts. You have that flower pressed in the center, and you have the hole that runs through the center of the bead there from the top to the bottom. You see that ruby red glass with that copper wash that's settling in, which brings us out those details. Next up is a bag containing a 20 by 23mm pewter butterfly charm in antique silver. This is a really lovely piece, and actually one of the things I really like too is that it is double-sided. It's the same on both sides, so it feels really nice. It would make a great pendant component, for example. It's got the loop right there on the top and a lot of details in there as well, making this feel of very good quality. Then we have 2 check glass button beads. These are in red AB. There's 2 pieces inside, and they're a 14mm size. And these are saying red AB, but mine are definitely bright orange. You can see that AB finish on the top and all of that fun texture, the 2 holes that run through the bead. These would make great clasps. And actually, let me show you what I just worked on. This is a total coincidence. I have this bracelet sitting right beside me, and I just pulled a bright orange button that I had gotten from the dollar bead box several years ago, in fact, just in the nick of time. So that gives you an example of something you can do with those buttons. This button is a little bit larger than the 2 that are shown below, but I think that's a really interesting coincidence, not only the glass button, but also color-wise. Our next bag contains some 8 by 20mm check glass ovals in the color jet. There's 4 pieces inside. Classic shape and classic jet black color, very glossy and smooth. The hole runs through the length of the bead. Certainly a lot of different things you could do with something like this. And then some more pretty pink and purplish shades. We have the check glass butterflies in 12 by 14mm in purple AB, 4 pieces included. So here they are up close. You can see that AB coating giving them that gorgeous reflective rainbow-like finish over the top of the pink. Lots of details in these, and they're the same on both the front and the back. And right away, I mean, you could definitely put these together with that pewter butterfly charm, for example, right from the box. And I like that we got 4 pieces inside. Our next bag contains 2 of these larger 8 by 20mm check glass drops in matte white with copper wash. So you have that frosty, creamy background with that copper wash that's settling into some of the etched detail of these beads. The hole runs through the length of the bead, and these have a great quality feel to them as well. And I actually think these could make some really cute earrings just like that. Our next bag contains some freshwater square coin pearls in 10 to 12mm size. 2 pieces included, as you can see. They have that tiny hole that runs right there through the side and the center of the bead, and kind of nice to get something other than a round or rice-shaped pearl, getting something different in this square shape. Next, we have some of these check glass waterfall cut crystal beads, 12mm in size. There's 6 pieces included. These have a really good weight to them. They feel very nice, which is hard to come across on camera. There's the hole that is running through the center of the bead. So these don't feel cheap or plasticky at all. They definitely feel like they've got that good crystal-like weight. The facets are cut really nicely, so these would catch the light beautifully, and you can see the hole that runs through the center. Then we have a bag of spike beads. These are 6 by 17 millimeter, 8 pieces included, and the color is blue iris. Another unique and different check glass shape. Great way to sample all different check glass shapes, as you can see in the dollar bead box, and this one is no different. So now we have some spikes. You can see why they got that name, and they have the hole that runs through the base of the spike, the bottom of which is round. Loving that color combination. I'm always a sucker for the blue iris. You get the different tones of green and blue and purple and a little bit of gold in that smooth and glossy metallic finish. And our last item is a bag containing some tiara cast French hook ear wires with 2mm bead. These are silver filled and there's 2 pieces. Love tiara cast. They are a great brand, high quality findings, and nice to see them popping up in the dollar bead box. So here you can see them up close. They are very streamlined, just have that little bit of a ball detail down there at the bottom near the loop, and they're in a shade of a more antique pewter type of color. So that is everything for the dollar bead box and bag for August 2021. I actually really like this box. In particular this month, I think that there are a lot of very usable things, but also some different things in the form of some really interesting shapes, like those cornflake beads, for example. And I like that they have included some tiara cast. We also don't have any one-off beads or single beads in the bag. We have at least 2 of everything, even the buttons, not including the butterfly charm, of course. I think is perfectly fine to get on its own. Again, as you can see, there's no specific theme or color combination, but they have all of these types of things on their website, including some of the findings, focal beads. They have sometimes gemstones and pearls, and tons of check glass, fire polish beads in particular, but also various pressed glass shapes like this, and sometimes multi-hole beads as well. This box is around the $18.50 or $20 price point, depending on how long you sign up, and it ships free in the US. I believe if you sign up for, say, 6 months, that dollar bead bag add-on, again, is just $8. So if you count everything up, we've gotten about 24 different items. That would come out to just a little bit over $1 a piece, which is a good deal, and again, a great way to sample all different types of things, especially if you either like to work with all different types of things or you're trying to get a feel for what you really do like. So once again, I'll leave the link right down below the video. You can also use the coupon code ORCHID2 if you'd like to save $2 off your first box, and even use that off of any purchase at dollarbeadbox.com. You can even use that coupon code in the store, so I'll leave that down below as well. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's box or anything else you'd like to say. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you to see all of these items up close to see if this is the type of box that's right for you. Also be sure to subscribe because I'd love to have you back. I have lots more to come. But that's all for now. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.